Welcome back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. We are back in the building. Dom, how have you been?
Hey man, I've been outside.
Look.
I went outside last Wednesday. I went to the Lucky Day concert by myself after we recorded. Then I hit Big Sean album release on Friday.
What was the album?
He has a new album called Better.
How was the album?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was an amazing time. It was such a dope experience.
I'm saying the actual music. I mean the music for the album.
No. It's really, his album is good. I enjoy it, but I'm a Big Sean fan. Okay. So we talked about that before when we talked about Big Sean on the show, and I felt like there's like this weird Big Sean hate train, and people saying that he's white, but like he's really, really, like talented. So we did that. Then Saturday I was outside, went to a birthday party at my homegirl house for her husband. It's like a white party. Sunday, outside.
Dang.
Monday, I was lazy. I got hit up to go out and I was like, no, I'm going to stay in my bed all day. And that is what I did. But you also had an eventful weekend. Shout out to our brother, Alan.
Yeah, shout out to
Alan Brown that got married this weekend.
Yeah, shout out to AI, man. Yeah. He didn't let nobody take pictures in his wedding for real. So there you go.
What'd you say?
He didn't let people take pictures in the wedding for real like that.
Oh, he just let the photographers do it?
Yeah, he requested that people kind of keep it to a minimum. So I will let him.
That's what I would do. Like I think for sure for my ceremony, I would do that and then make y'all push it in the pouch and then.
Yeah, so like I'll let him announce and put that stuff out. Then I'll talk about his wedding.
Yeah. But shout out to him. I was just like, yay! So happy he found love.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. Man. So let's talk about the movie that everybody has been talking about.
No, let's do that at the end because then I can do my intro.
Oh, okay. Well, we could go somewhere.
Or if you want to do it now,
let's go.
However you want to. I was like, or however you want. Like,
it don't matter. We can go to another topic.
Actually, no. It's fine. I'll introduce it different. I know what I can do. It's fine. Just cut this part out.
All right. The Lee Daniels film starring Andra Day, Glenn Close, Omar Epps,
yeah.
Monique and the kids, which were the best parts to me of this film. The Deliverance, which is based off a true story, allegedly. I'm okay.
I saw the Inside Edition news clip. It definitely is a true story. That's
man. That woman might be putting her hands in them kids, man, in real life.
Well, it said it's inspired by true events.
Right, I know that's the way.
That might not be the part that's true, but they.
I know that they claimed it happened for real. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, so that's probably just an embellishment, which we'll also get to about things being changed for this versus the reality of it as well. So,
all right, go and start with your review. Start with your initial thoughts with it, and then I'll jump in after you.
So out the gate, we all know that Lee Daniels is an Oscar nominee from The Butler. And
I thought it was Precious.
I thought it was The Butler.
Oh,
whatever the case may be. Yeah. He's an Oscar nominee, Oscar directing nominee for whether it be Precious or The Butler. And no shade, but shade to Tyler Perry. Come in here because this is what it's like to have a fully developed story and where it leads you somewhere where there's never a dull moment, where there's things that make sense and connect. That's all we're saying. Come in here, take a page out of Lee Daniels' book, because I had an amazing time watching this movie. I didn't know that Glenn Close was the white hood mama that we all kind of needed to see.
She was married to a black man for 15 years.
In real life, Glenn Close
Yeah,
is married
her
to
last husband. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so fun fact. There you go. But I just didn't know when I saw her with the black, like my baby daddy black haircut. I was like, okay, I'm locked in, and I know that shouldn't make me lock in, but I was. I never expected Glenn Close to be doing, like
Oh,
doing
I'm
a
tripping.
soap.
No, he's not black. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought he was black. I was making sure I was confirming. She's
Okay.
been married 14 years.
Okay. Well, anyway, Glenn Close, French tip nails, Mary J. Blige haircut, coochie cutters, titties out. I was just like, wow. I never thought I would see the day where Glenn Close is literally doing a sew-in. Like, it's wild. But ultimately, the story, the concept behind this, for the people that haven't watched this yet, we'll just give you a brief synopsis, is there's a family, they move into this house, and Glenn Close is Andre's mother, and her 3 kids are all in this house, and there are paranormal activities that are taking place where it is a spirit, like possessing them in different states, and then when they come out of whatever the state is, clearly they don't remember. Daryl, what was your impression of this when you locked in, like when you watched it?
It was 2 different movies. I liked the first movie. I didn't like the second one.
Okay.
When Anja is it Anja Ellis?
Andra.
Andra
Oh,
Ellis.
Ingenue.
Ingenue. Yes, Ingenue
Okay.
Ellis. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
When she showed up, it became a different movie, and I didn't like that second movie. I love the first movie.
So okay. So what was the first movie?
First movie was showing like the struggle of this woman with her children and going through the system, and like her trying to find a way and no way for her kids, even though it may be questionable of her little bit of abuse on the children. It's kind of gray, and what does that mean? And the relationship with the mother and the trauma of generational curses going down from the parent to the mother, the grandmother to the mother to the children. That was awesome. I thought it was going to be built around that with the ghost, but I felt like they copped out everything and said like all this stuff that we want to discuss. Why didn't we use that as the trauma for the ghosts? And that's how the ghosts were being manifested, because of their trauma, not just some random ghosts. We don't even know why they was there. That's my main thing. Like, why are they there?
Well, okay. So what I got from it was she had a hard time maintaining housing.
Yep.
Just because of her
third house in a year.
That was her third house in a year. And so that's how they ended up at this particular place. But the interesting thing to me, I that's an interesting way to look at that, because I didn't even think of it from that perspective. The movie kind of switched.
It did.
Based on who was around. But I took it as, I could see how they looped it back, because based on how everybody was interacting with each other, and the ghost was able, the demon was able to latch on in that way, because I felt like that's what Ingenue was saying, like, you can't be weak. And so because of all these different layers and variables in that household, that's how.
But why is the ghost in that house?
Which they kind of explained.
They never really explain like why the ghost. Most of the time, we get an explanation of like something happened here, that the ghost wanted to be here because of this and this. We just said that this ghost just here. Why?
Well, the ghost okay. So, but then they go into the aspect of whatever happened to the family before, but then
right,
it was
that ghost came
there's no history as to how, even kind of in real life, there's no reason, like there was no like strange thing like this. Just maybe it's on like an old ancient burial ground or something, because even when I looked it up, they were saying that house was bulldozed like in 2016, and it was vacant after that. The real actual family lived there. It was vacant for all these years, and then in 2016 they bulldozed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said there's still strange occurrences that happen on that property, even though there's no house there.
Yeah.
So,
man.
I mean, I sometimes, I mean, you just, from my understanding, when it comes to supernatural or paranormal occurrences happening like that. It is they prey upon like a certain type of person. So like that, like there's certain people that allegedly are easier to be manipulated and possessed versus maybe somebody like us or whatever.
No. I get that 100% because you're going through so much that
Your discernment is low.
Yeah, and are just you're just open. You're just more open, and that's what anything in life in general. Like if you got a lot going on, you're open to more nefarious things even happening to you in your life. And I get that, but I think the performances were all good. But I just felt like it needed to be tied together, and it was like it just felt that last part. It was like, man, you built up all this good equity and all these good characters. The kids were good. Like those kids were good. Shout out to my dude for Stranger Things, man. He killed it. The little boy was like a grown man up in there. He was good.
Yeah. It was so interesting because I think seeing the scene where so like now the boy is in the hospital and all that stuff is happening. And hearing the like how that happened in real life, and when people was like, no, this is not, because like medically people are a doctor is going to try to figure out, okay, your body in certain states can do this because you are not in a state of being, right? But then like hearing what the police officer that was also on that case, he was like, yo, I went in that house and I got in my car. The radio started doing something weird, and something came over the radio and was like telling me to get out of here and move.
This is the real story, right?
Yeah, this is the real story. So it's interesting seeing those key parts and how it came together in the movie. But I guess also within it for you, so there's a conversation about something that Lee Daniels said, and I want to read it to you because this can maybe tie into kind of some of the stuff that you were saying about like, I wish it was this, I wish it was that. And Lee Daniels said, every Black person knows of Alberta. Alberta is
100%. I agree with that. That was the best part.
Yeah,
I've dated a lot of mixed girls in my life, and a lot of their mamas act like that.
Yeah, but also I wanted the people to know in real life that the grandmother is Black in real life. So I want to leave with that. But Alberta is Glenn Close's character that we were speaking about earlier. She's part of the fabric of our community, but we've never seen her on screen before. Thank you, Glenn, for bringing her magnificent. I was trying to say magnificently to life, and it just had me. And so a lot of people are upset about that statement in regards to what he said about this white woman that is immersed in the Black community being the fabric of our community. And so this one girl said, shout out to this is Kashmir, said this nigga added a white woman to a true story that did not involve a white woman, then said it's because the white women like her are part of the fabric of the Black community. He is objectively worse than Tyler Perry. I'm sorry. He is like if Tyler Perry and Kenya Barris had a baby, which is really fucked up.
Who said that?
This girl on Twitter, her name is This is Kashmir, which has been loved 30,000 times, retweeted about 5.8 thousand times, and there's over 475 comments under this. So some of the other comments say, and so she was like, I think y'all don't, she's followed up and said, and I think y'all don't think so because maybe y'all enjoy his shows more. I know y'all love Star and Empire and whatever the fuck else, but he has a very distinct fetishizing for victimizing white women and villainizing Black women. And I know y'all don't see that pattern. She's like, I'm taking Tyler Perry over him any day, and you cannot change my mind. Not that either of them niggas are great, but I'll deal with TP slapstick churchy Quan Mills movies any day. And then she said, I was done once this hit the shade room, but I cannot believe how many people are harping on how movies don't have to be factually correct instead of actually reading what I said about his pattern of inserting a white damsel in distress into every story he tells.
Oh, because she's talking about Shadow Boxer, the film with Cuba Gooding and I forgot. Was it? It's not Glenn Close. Is it Helen Hunt?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else is it? He's supposed to be a white woman damsel in distress. I get it from that aspect. I didn't think of it that deeply though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And maybe people could say, I know people normally think I'm the super pro black guy on this, but I didn't even think of it that deeply. I just was like, okay, this is a white woman that act black.
Yeah, I didn't go that deep. I also stopped watching Empire after a certain point.
Oh, I just started watching Empire because this got ridiculous. It had nothing to do with white women.
Yeah, I missed the episode and never went back. Never got into Star. Now I watched. Now I did, like I said, for the movie aspect of it, there was no. I don't recall that being a theme. But like I could see how somebody, if you are actively, into that, you could pick up on a theme like that, just like how Tyler Perry films have certain things. Mm-hmm. And somebody said, I don't know any Albertas, never have. I do know Mary, the middle-aged white woman coworker who will snitch on you. So I mean, it's just a dialogue.
In Alberta's period, or are they talking about white Albertas?
I mean, I think it's just like the version of the whiteness that's there, but also it's like,
hey man, how old is these
back
people?
In 2017?
How old is the one woman? How's the young lady that?
She's probably like around our age that tweeted that.
Okay.
But back in January 5th, 2017, BET posted an article, said Lee Daniels wants white people to feel good about themselves. Really?
Okay. Well, now we tripping now. Now
and then there's another article where it says Lee Daniels says he made the star lead character white because the country needed to heal. This white girl is so fabulous that black people will embrace her and white people will embrace her, says the co-creator role played by Jude Dorman, whatever. And then I don't know. So, I mean,
okay, so people just met like saying fuck him in general. It ain't even about
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, because this movie doesn't get me those tropes. They just like, man, fuck him in general, and that it is what it is.
I think it's more so the sentiment that he is projecting or speaking for like an entire race of people, and we always go back to how detrimental that is to society, at least to black society, because that's not the reality for a lot of us.
No, I agree.
Like I don't know Alberta.
What do you mean? You don't know a white woman act like that?
No, like I mean, I know white girls that fuck niggas, but at the end of the day, there's still a level of where they still rest in their whiteness.
No, you ain't met no
that's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
No.
There's still a level but I can't speak. I'm only speaking for.
No.
Yeah, but I ain't speaking
for Alberta.
Yeah, but I'm not speaking for the entire race.
The only white girl I ever dated is an Alberta. The only white woman I've ever dated in my life is an Alberta.
Okay, interesting. I learned something else.
And I'm talking about like if you talk to her, if I called her on the phone now, this is back in high school, I dated her. Like people thought she was black.
Interesting. Okay. No, and that's fair. And that's fair. But you speaking for you, and I'm telling you my experience. So they're
I'm not. I'm telling you, I know every black dude knows in Alberta. That's what I'm saying. Like
that's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Every black dude knows that. Maybe y'all as women may not know. And I disagree. I think a lot of y'all do know some. Y'all just ain't.
So let me go back to what I said.
Yep.
Because I said what I said.
Yeah.
My experience and what I have seen is if I encounter someone that is a partial Alberta, there's still a level of them that rest in their whiteness because when shit come ahead, they are white. That is what I was saying.
This girl
that
with
is
the
mine, but that's also.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you how. I'm not saying how because she's not black, but like how much she was in Alberta. Have you heard somebody do the opposite way of DSEG?
Huh?
Have you seen some when we're in the DSEG program? Okay. Have you heard of a white person coming to the city and not going to Metro? Exactly.
Yeah, no.
This girl did DSEG the opposite way.
Yeah, and went the back. I'm like, so it depends. It depends on if they already been in the public school system and what middle school they went to.
No, she grew up elementary in Groves.
Right. Okay. So she was. They bus people from Webster Groves to the city?
You can do back then you could do the whole point of DSEG, you could do reverse DSEG.
No, I know because that's how I went to.
Yes, she got bused into the city. She got,
but I didn't know. So like in elementary school, I think it's because she probably had already been grandfathered in, and that's where everybody she knew was likely. Like I in elementary school, I remember having a friend that that lived in the county and was bused to the city. So I get that, but I'm saying I think you're missing what I'm saying. So you're leading with your experience, and I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, a whole bunch of the cats have the same experiences. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying these black girls are black, but I'm saying there's no Albertas out there. To say that there's no Albertas,
I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they're not the fabric of the fucking black community. That's the whole. Lee Daniel said it.
I know, but the girl said that I don't know no Albertas. Period. Like they don't exist.
The guy said that. There was a guy that said that.
Incorrect.
I mean, and that could be true. Here's the thing: the two can coexist. They can exist, and then somebody might not know them. Just like I'm telling you, yes, you have your experience, but I have mine. Because I've seen weird shit play out where it'd be like,
Go ahead.
No, because I mean, you looked at.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Me crazy like, bitch, you lying.
And no, that's not what I was trying to do.
That's how you looked up at me, and I'm like, no, but it's true. It's just similarly like to the feminist movement when we talk about all of that hoopla, right? Mm-hmm. And how when it's time to really like show up and show out, them bitches go in the voting booth and vote, against their better interests. So it's the same thing. And like you can have your version where they all in, and then I can go off of my experience where they got one foot in and one foot out.
I didn't say they don't. And some of them do. I mean, I can't speak on like their total essence when it comes to that. But I'm just saying the idea that someone saying he don't know, never met no Albertas is totally infactual.
I mean, maybe he grew up in a small town where there's only so many people. Or maybe it's just not his experience because that's something he don't subscribe to. Like that's not culturally his thing. And he didn't take the time to get to know that person. It could exist. Just depending on, geographically where he is. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying like that. That was just like, I was like, wow, like really, like you ain't never met nobody from.
Yeah.
Like, you sure about that plan? That was just kind of my thing of like,
okay.
And their identity of whatever they feel like, you can litigate that. I ain't litigating like what they feel like, if they're trying to, take a part of Black society or anything. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just plain old that you ain't never met no black no white girl like that, a white woman like that. I can't believe that one. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, and I think that people, I can see how people like, well, it's not based. It says inspired by true events, so you can rework it to be anything that you can.
Bullshit talking about the fabric of Black America. Now that's different. I ain't talking about that. I ain't beefing. I'm not fucking with that. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking about the idea that you like, I ain't never met no Alberta. Stop it. That's a lie. You've met Alberta. All y'all have. You just didn't realize it, or maybe it's not to the level that you want it to be. But we've all met Alberta. That's for sure.
Hold on. And I guess that's a fair statement to say. I mean, yeah. I guess the other thing is just like, it also is one of those things where we know that there's certain names and certain themes that draw people in. So because you have this pretty much this all-star cast, which shout out to Monique.
Monique did a great job.
Monique did an amazing job, and I was just happy that she wasn't the villain in this movie because I was.
You thought she was gonna be the villain?
I don't fucking know. Like people be weird and
no. Monique wasn't gonna let that happen.
Well, here's the thing: is that I want to stay on Monique just for a second, not in literally a second. I saw something that was just like Monique did what she was supposed to do, and when people that's supposed to rock with you, kind of screw you over, you are supposed to call them out and hold them accountable because a lot of people was trying to silence her, and I absolutely agree with that. Whether they're our friends or not, like if you're gonna play in my face, like at least pay me. You know what I mean? Pay you my value, my worth, and I'm happy that they was able to move past that because she's a hell of an actress, and she looked good, hair was herring, and she really fully stepped into that role.
Yeah, like it looked good. She looked good. Like Monique looked
amazing.
She looked good. Like, all right, Monique.
But so also, I think that was the other draw too. Was just like, oh damn, like this is a big deal, and it just goes back again to saying, hey, big names are gonna draw people in because you got Andra Day, because she won an Emmy, right, or Golden Globe.
Oh no, she was nominated for an Oscar too.
Yeah, but then that was
no, she's nominated for Emmy for the it was an Emmy. That's an Emmy because it was technically a TV show. Yeah,
for Billie Emmy Holiday. Or Golden Globe, because Golden Globes they do TV too.
Yeah, Billie Holiday.
Yeah, for Billie Holiday. And then you got Glenn Close, Monique, like you said, the kids, Mike Epps, which I would listen. Mike Epps sleeping with Glenn Close.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I don't know what I thought his role was gonna be because it wasn't that. That was a beautiful surprise.
No, that was funny. Like, okay, hey, look, I'm telling you, look, that stuff happens, man.
Yeah, so it was a good time. So I don't know. Overall, I'm gonna say I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Because I had fun.
Higher than that. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. 6.5.
Okay. So and that was because you felt like
I felt like it could have went. I think they went too like it was too much trying to be another type of. I wish you would have used the ghost to identify their actual pain of what they were going through instead of these other ghosts like on attacking them because of their pain. Like them having to heal was the way to get the ghosts up out of them instead of like we're not strong enough to take them. Like I just thought that was kind of thrown in there. It was a lot of equity built up with these characters to me, just to be throwing them out there. To me, throwing them out of there.
I get what you're saying, but if that would be like a different movie too. I will say the one thing about that I didn't like about we'll say like she didn't refer to it as an exorcism, but whatever she referred to it as, like Ingenue's character, they killed her off so fast, but I didn't like the fact she was like, I'm dying. Here, take this. And I was like, we see that you didn't have to say that you dying.
Yeah, like, or on top of that, hey, help me. Like, I don't want to die. Hey, roll me up out of here. Roll me out the house before you get to getting, take this, But apparently, all these dead bodies are being in the crib. Nobody trying to so the dead body of this woman's in there. Nobody's questioning that. I'm not saying nobody's questioning the fact that it's a dead body in here. And they showed up, and it's not nobody getting locked up.
Well, we'll have to watch Demon House to see what happened in real life, which is the documentary about that house that's on Prime. But I will say this: I think the interesting part too is just the fact that damn, what was I gonna say? I think was the key thing is just. I think you are hanging up on the demons latching on because of you, like you're saying, you wanted it to be the trauma, when as a whole, their trauma is what made them weak and how he was able to latch on.
Yeah, but I mean, but the other woman was decently strong. Why is all of a sudden she was, able to fend them off? So, but my thing is, and then how she gets so strong in 25 minutes? Now she's able to defeat the demon in 25 minutes. All of a sudden, now she got all the faith in the world has to be strong enough, and this other woman is strong in her faith.
It take faith of a mustard seed. All she needed was a mustard seed. But see, no, because the lady told her. But then you also have to go back to what. Kind of even the conversations when she was cussing Glenn Close out, Alberta out. Oh, you now you this new person because you found God, blah, 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 but you don't remember this or whatever, like what you did to me and how this happened to me. But I think it was her will and wanting to survive and wanting things to get better is what also made her be able to, be strong and persevere and push forward through that battle. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I think that was just that it was interesting. I had a good time. It was definitely. I just want to say this. I love Black people being in the thriller.
Oh no! The idea that the suspense, that paranormal space. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love where we see Blackness going because we tend to not be in those spaces often. And Jordan Peele, we Get Out. It's just started something. Because I even watched what is it? A Girl and Her Monster. That's on Hulu. Oh my God, it was so good. So good. So I like us being in these realms because we do have stories to tell. And, though our day to day for the most part is
the Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
Yeah, it was really good. And so though our day to day is kind of like Black horror. I like us being able to fully step into this and immerse ourselves in the genre. So I had a really good time watching this movie. Like the lighting, the writing was really, really strong. And like I said, again, just an all-star cast. So I can't wait to see something else. And shout out to Ingenue because she was just so dope in Lovecraft.
Yeah. She was super dope in Lovecraft. Like she's dope in damn near everything she do.
Yeah.
Because she was in, what was something she was in?
She was just in this show called The Supremes.
Right.
that's on Hulu. That was really, really good. The lead in that. She's been in a lot of stuff that I've recently watched. Cause she was in some movie
she was in that I really loved.
She's in a movie.
Undercover Brother.
Okay.
She was Sister Girl in there.
And then she was in this Lifetime movie. I think it was a Lifetime movie with Keke Palmer, where she stole, or was it Keke Palmer? Yeah, because she stole her from the hospital, which is also based on a true story.
Oh yeah, now that one was a true story. I know you're talking about.
That's
that was
a true story too. It was really good. It was really good. So yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some more different regular topics, our custom topics. We're gonna flow back to the Judge Mathis conversation that we had last week. We didn't know, but now we have the brother Judge Mathis speaking for himself.
Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. You see how many at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back to July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship?
Oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to eliminate all them rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serving the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there's none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this.
She said, "Bring down, Lord. I've been through this so long."
Yeah.
Dude, what did I say last week? I said last week, she is tired. Also, I was shocked that they didn't live in LA.
They do live in LA, he said.
No, he's flying out. They tape in LA.
Right.
His wife doesn't live in LA, so they probably live. Where is he from? Chicago, Michigan, or whatever. So he didn't say that's where he lived, but he said ever since they started taping in LA, he was out here. So I was surprised that they didn't migrate out here. But also, I get it. Cost of living is really expensive, and what he's doing coming back is probably, in hindsight, still cheaper than what it would be to probably buy a house in certain areas out here. But you being gone 3 weeks on end, I got questions. Like, why wasn't your wife here? Like, even popping in, and I get it, she has her life too. She has her 9 to 5, depending on what her career is, probably not being able to be gone like that, especially if, let's say she a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what his schedule is when you shooting, it ain't like you just shooting in the summertime 3 months out the year. Judge Mathis come on every day like it's the soap opera.
All right, let's see what Mathis' wife do. She actually is just a housewife.
Oh, well, but also, I'm also the kind of person.
Oh, she's a former teacher, and
see,
housewife.
that makes sense. That schedule, I can see where the rift is starting because you gotta be at work every, Monday through Friday.
She's sitting at the crib.
Mm-hmm. And then it's not like this person is extending this invite. I'm a person where it's kind of like, well, I'm not going to insert myself or necessarily ask. I would like for somebody to extend that invitation to me because I don't want to, seem like I'm begging. But if there's a conversation, I've been telling you this, I'm like, hey, maybe production can set this up. Like, you're the star of the show. Can we figure this out? Like, kind of take the control over this. And then you, instead of coming home and you've been gone for XYZ amount of time, you went to New York to see the Warriors play the Knicks.
Oh, she hasn't worked in years. She hasn't worked in 30-some years.
Oh, well then never mind.
Yeah.
Whatever, but still, even her not working, like hypothetically, he probably told her to quit her job.
Yeah, maybe.
And so I'm gonna put a little on her. I'm gonna put some on her. We're not gonna just go in on him. But you knew when you quit your job, niggas always say it's gonna look one way and it never does. So you could have went back to work. Even if it was part-time and you were TA. Something. You could have worked at Saks maybe a couple of days. Just you like to shop. I know you like to look good. Get a little discount. So, but also they probably should have been in therapy a while ago, but also with his rigorous schedule, he probably couldn't always physically be there. But if somebody's been telling you something and you've been showing neglect to what's supposed to be, the foundation in your core, I'm over it too.
Yeah,
that ain't the first time she's threatened.
He should be able to get her back, though. He should be able to get her back.
Hopefully he does. Like I told you, I said that's bizarre. Y'all are coming up on 40 years next year. Sit your ass down. But also, that's a conversation of what's important to you. Is your wife, your family? Are you gonna do the work to get her back? And
on the flip side, though, you have this lifestyle because of me doing all this stuff. Are you ready to hold back on your lifestyle a little bit too? Because
that's what I was about to say. Are you ready to
so you can't be complaining that you can't go pop it at Dooney and Burke's now, but you want me home. Like what you want. And I'm not saying she don't. I'm just saying she can't. She has to adjust her lifestyle then potentially too.
And I think it's more the conversation about inclusion and feeling included, because I'm not saying don't go to like out with your boys or whatever. Like, but
I think that's what it is that she does. He'd be like, yo, I'm gonna pop the Cincinnati for the Bengals game with the homies, and she don't get invited. You think it's a thing like that?
Yeah. And this is I know you got 3 days off, but you in Cincinnati and I ain't seen you in 2.5, 3 weeks. We might FaceTime, or whatever. We also are in a different time zone. So depending on the schedule when you shooting, that can, be a little inconsistent. Because I could see them shooting like 2 or 3 episodes a day of Judge Mathis.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Cut my check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We say labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
Gone.
He do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Like your lifestyle is.
Yeah, but also like let's say hypothetically, because
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they shoot somewhere between 2 to 3 episodes, 30-minute episodes of, and maybe and because they're 30 minutes, I could see them probably even doing 4 a day. And so I don't know how many episodes are in a season and how they banging them out.
Yeah.
Or and not even you know, so let's say, because like when I went to The Price is Right, I think they shot 3 episodes a day.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah, and so we had to be there I think we had to be there like at 7:30 or 8 o'clock or something like that.
So you basically was on 3 shows.
I wasn't on 3 shows, but the episode I was on, I knew that they said we could stay and do the other ones, and I was like, sure, I got shit to do.
Oh, so you was only on 1, but you could have stayed and did the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's a conversation of like trying to map that out, but also it's like, and probably when this, like, how long Judge Mathis been on? Because like y'all kids are grown now. It's been on since we was kids.
Yeah, he's been on I think maybe the late 90s, mid 90s. Let's see. He's been on 24 seasons. So let me see.
So I could see her at some point not being able to come and film with them. Like your kids got to go to school. Somebody got to get them there. Somebody got to take them to.
It started in 99. It started in 99.
Right. So your kids was in, like in middle school and high school. And so somebody got to take them to school. Somebody got to pick, get them up.
Also, Judge Mathis is over. The final season was February 2023. So I'm trying to figure out what he's doing now. Then,
like I told you, but he doing something because he said he was just gone for 3 weeks taping. So he working on something.
Yeah, he working on something.
And maybe it's coming back. I don't know. But for you to be gone 3 weeks, he doing something. But also, your kids are they're between me, like our ages and like my little sister age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, wife come out here for a couple weeks. So, and he could have been doing a nigga shit and he's saying that it wasn't infidelity, but it's still a certain level of attention that you're getting. And I ain't even gonna say it's from young girls. It's probably like from younger women that's probably like in their late 40s, maybe. Because I ain't never heard a broad my age say, I want to give it to Judge Mathis. And that's okay. He's a nice looking guy.
But it ain't like people just like, yo.
I never heard nobody say that. So hopefully he get her back. I hope that
he's got a new TV show called Don't Judge Me.
That's what I was like. He got to have a new show.
It's a new show he's got coming on. Get ready to come on. It's a stage play that they changed it into a movie about Judge Mathis.
Interesting.
Wow. It's called Don't Judge Me. It's a stage play now, but they're making it into a movie. That's what's up.
Interesting. We both like,
Wow. Okay, Judge Mathis. Got a play about you? I ain't mad at you, player. Okay, all right. Well, that's what maybe he's been working on in LA because they're making a movie version of it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully they figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we're gonna talk about back to fatherhood. Last week we talked a little bit about Cam Newton and the idea of fatherhood, and I was trying to explain to people how I feel when I see other dudes in like their should just not be like they're like that, you know what I'm saying, like as they claim to be, and you know, just irresponsibility, I will say that, or lack of care for their children. And then there was this clip here that really explained where my thought process was when it comes to a lot of dudes like that.
Does it mean to you to have kids now? How does it change your perspective on life?
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, and I know it's gonna be people that watch this that they gonna finally get some revelation on why it is what it is with me. Once I had kids, I started thinking about all the people who have kids and don't look out for their kids. And I was like, wow, you really
suck.
Man, what a loser, bro.
Yes.
Man, what a real loser, bro.
Real talk.
You really brought somebody here that ain't have no say-so on how they got here, and then you hold them. And it's like, bruh, once I saw my babies, and like, now mind you, my baby was created in love and all that type of stuff, and I feel situations are different, but once I saw my kids, I was like, dang, it's really people out here hoeing their kids. And I was like, yeah, it could never be me.
All right. So, and what I'm saying, I don't know what Cam's relationship with his children are or anything like that. I'm not trying to indoctrinate that. It's more of just the thought process when I hear cats like that and just, you know, like, oh yeah, I want more. And you like, dang, man, but like, how much time you giving to the other ones, you know, saying you want more. And that really hit me, man, because a lot of, I mean, I'll be transparent with our listeners with this. Like, I've been having, like, I wouldn't say massive, just a lot of issues with my own father because of me becoming a father. Like, and I've told you this, Dom, you know what I'm saying? So this, but like me becoming a father and being super involved in my daughter's life makes me more upset with him about shit. So it's like a weird, and like if I never had a kid, we just be cool, it'd be whatever. But me having a kid and having to be there all the time and sacrifice and do stuff, it really be like, dude, like for real, this how you, because I didn't know. You don't know how it's supposed to be if you don't have it.
It's weird how that trauma be resting and show up.
Yep.
Trauma's a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
You are a bitch, trauma. Because I think I definitely wholeheartedly understand you. Because, you know, seeing having a present dad, and then, you know, having male friends that have kids, and then you have people that do, that you know, that might not fully show up how they should. And I have a lot of homeboys that if they know people that if they don't take care of their kids or not involved in their kids' lives, you know, and I know that sometimes there are other weird factors, you know, like baby mama drama, whatever. But if you are not proactively, willingly participating in your child's life, they don't fuck with you. Like the majority of my homeboys are like that.
Yeah.
And so I have an ex that has 2 kids. And one of them, the secret one, he doesn't really show up for because of whatever the drama is with the baby mama. And I was just like, I'm not buying that, because there are things that you can do to push that forward and shift that narrative, but you're not going to do it because you don't want to spend no more money, but you're going to go and do something else out of the country or whatever. Like, that's weird to me. And I'm like, yo, you didn't grow up like that. Like you.
Oh, he didn't experience that. So he had a father around him.
Yeah. And so I'm like, why are you creating?
Is that worse? Is that worse? If someone,
I think it's worse.
Yeah, because you actually had someone that was involved, and you choosing to not to be like that.
Yeah, and you
just passed down like your daddy wasn't there for real, and it's kind of
no. You are choosing to be that way, and you know his partner, it like enables that. And I'm like, that's the wildest shit, and also kind of.
But it makes sense though, because they only care about what is
what's happening in their house, and so
and they think it won't be them. That's the thing. that he ain't gonna leave you one day, and then you in the same situation as the other woman is. You know what did Genuine say? What's the difference? What's the difference between me and him? Same thing. What's between me and her? Ain't that much of a difference between most people like that. To be like,
a lot of people, but see, that's how we also when we talk about the situation with it when this happens, right? Because a lot of people move and operate from the space of it can never be me. That won't happen to me. He won't do that to me. I know so many women that's happened to, and I just like, so you move through this experience based on some other experience, and then thought that it was, and I just be like, huh? And I know there was like a lot of pause, but we Black, you know what that meant. We've all had that, like, that might not happen to me, you know, like whatever the case may be, maybe in a relationship or something with somebody, but I ain't never been a fool to bring kids into it. And even in my situation now, I'm still a little apprehensive just because of the time thing. What are you willing to sacrifice? And I'm not sure. And every person has a right to be selfish. Like, we can't look at selfishness as a bad thing all the time. Your life is your life. There's certain goals and certain benchmarks that you want to hit. And I understand that, like, for men, fatherhood, for the most part, life in general is different for y'all. And just like life is different for women, like there are certain things that we were pre-exposed to that is not the same for y'all. I feel like sometimes men have a very linear way of thinking, and y'all are box checkers. Whereas women, we more like go with the flow. Like, like, yeah, I got my feelings and emotions, but it's like, why can't this exist while you are doing this? Your minds can't process that. So, I mean, and those are conversations but you have to really sit in that and have that conversation with somebody, because shit, motherfuckers can make you feel good all day, but I'm just like, what is the reality of the situation?
Bringing up points. Points have been made. Making some points. So, all right, now let's get. I want to get into this story here, man. Woman paid a man back with a foursome for buying her and her two girlfriends VIP tickets to the Usher's concert. They went 11 rounds. Now, I don't know. This is on the spiritual word or something like that. Thing, but I thought it was hilarious. Even if it's not true, it's funny. So I'm going to read it. Not super word. A woman recently shared a story on Twitter about an eventful night she spent with a man and her two female friends after Usher's concert in Philadelphia. He bought 4 VIP tickets to the Usher concert for himself, her two female close friends, and her. As a token of appreciation from his considerate gift to her and her two female friends, she planned to surprise them with a special experience they all agreed on. She shared a photo of 11 open sky, SKYN condoms, accompanied by a caption that read, "A very short story about a very long night." She described this as one of her top 3 most best experiences, giving it a perfect score, 10 out of 10. She provided additional crucial information that was omitted in her statement. 1, there was 1 man and 3 women. Yes, we had a train on him. Yes, it was consensual. Yes, he enjoyed it. Condoms were switched between partners. 2 is condoms switched between partners. 3, SKYN condoms don't smell like rubber if they're lubricated, naturally or otherwise. She mentioned that the backstory will be revealed soon. Dom. So, is this cap?
I got questions, because let me, because I thought those condoms were lambskin.
The SKYN, I've never even heard of them before.
It's called skin.
It's called skin. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they're non-latex for sure, but I thought these were. Okay, so it's not poly. It's isoprene. Polyisoprene.
Yeah, I don't know none of this stuff. So
Okay,
explain that to me.
I thought that they were lambskin condoms. Okay, anyway, so it ain't latex. Okay, so that's why she said it didn't smell like. I'm not a latex girly. I bite the bullet for it, but I do things to detox.
So it's made it. Yeah, so you looked it up. It says synthetic. I mean, a synthetic polyioprene.
Poly is supreme. Supreme.
What the fuck is that?
So
I'm sure it's not.
So
latex allergen free is a great alternative.
This is latex free kind of, but I thought it was lambskin. Okay, cool. So all the condoms on the floor make sense. Based on what she's saying, because those are things that like that you gotta ask. Like, okay, was y'all getting tested before, or because what if somebody's not on birth control? What is happening?
But now it makes sense though. Now there's 11 condoms. She said they were switching in between partners, like every time he switched to another young lady, he switched condoms and took off the condom and switched to another.
Yeah. Now, so I don't necessarily believe
that means it's 3.5 average. Each one of them got 3.5 condoms each.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where
this is actually a decent story now, and I'm thinking about it because they really practice safe sex, like real safe sex.
But here's the thing: it's like these are questions that you have to ask, and I appreciate her transparency regarding this, because a lot of men always want to partake in situations like this and don't want to use condoms or whatever, which is still baffling to me. I have an episode of the podcast coming out where we talk about safe sex and we're talking about the sky high rates in certain STIs, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that is how you do it. And so also, she wanted to fuck her homegirls. Like,
yeah, but like, why? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure out why she even put that out in the streets. Like, that could that's just a story for you and your people.
Engagement. Everybody do things. We live in the generation and era of clout now, so it makes sense for her to put this information out.
I'm kind of think, but one of my other questions was, did they just meet this guy? Like, how is this situation?
I don't think they just met him, because it seemed like if a guy, let's say, what's a VIP ticket? So this wasn't Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm. No, Philadelphia.
Philly. Okay. So the price of the Usher tickets for this show, this tour, are kind of similar, if not more than what it was for Vegas. So now for Vegas, I paid for 2 tickets. I paid like $700, and those were not resale.
Oh shit.
And so there's
so you think these about $1,000? You think there's probably about $1,000 for these each?
Yeah, if you got a VIP ticket, because that means if I got a VIP ticket, I better be meeting Mr. Raymond.
Dang. So they do arm this then? They do arm this foursome.
That's what I'm saying.
They arm this foursome.
I'm gonna say this,
and I ain't trying to say nobody needs a prostitute needle sales.
Yeah. Like, so somebody doing something nice. I don't think he was expecting.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, that was her returning the favor. But can I be transparent?
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in my homegirls fucking my dude, and I don't want to fuck they dude.
But I think this is a dude they were all cool with. I don't think that nobody was dating him.
I feel like she proposed that, and they was like, all right, cool. But also, I'm like, if I was gonna do that with my dude, I would do it with somebody that
you don't know, for real.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't really know and ain't gonna be around. Because I mean, y'all clearly was practicing safe sex. So because I don't want to think in my mind that maybe my homegirl low key could have slammed. Like, and not saying that they would have did that, but I could see this being an issue down the line.
No. I'm with you. But I think this is just a guy that they were cool with. I don't think this is like somebody's man. At least it seems like. At least that's what I want to believe.
I feel like she said her man.
No, she said a man. She said, it says a woman recently shared a story on Twitter about an eventful night she spent with a man and her 2 female friends after Usher's concert in Philadelphia.
I don't see this. I guess I don't see this just happening for a man.
Like, what if y'all all kind of cool with him, or she's cool with him for real, but they ain't like together? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Ain't none of my girls gonna be fucking on the dude that I'm fucking on. It's weird to me. You see where they got Chris Brown, the extra girl pregnant.
Another girl pregnant now?
No.
Oh,
I have some theories about some things.
Oh. All right. Our last story comes from the great Beyonce, but not necessarily. Oh no, Ari Lennox. That's gonna be our last story. All right. I'm gonna replay the Ari. Hold on. So I know I messed up during the middle of it. All right. Here we go.
Quasimodo says, would you still give dating a woman a shot? No thirsty. Yes, thirsty. No. I tried for like 1 second, like getting to know this person this year, and then it was like weird, and then I just felt like insecure, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I feel like guys, sorry a lot. Let me just stick to what I know. I feel like women, it's like hard. I don't understand them. You know, I don't even understand myself. Why are y'all always trying to make Ari lesbian? Because Ari has made herself very lesbian. Ari has made herself lesbian.
All right, Dom. I don't even know where to go with this. You have the floor. Are you on mute? I'll go. Oh no, you're not on mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a few facial expressions.
Yeah, because I was like, is she real?
So it's so funny because I sent that clip to my homegirl that's a lesbian. Mm-hmm. She kind of, my friend is more toward like the mask side. Okay. And it's just funny because how we crack jokes, or no, there's this reoccurring theme in the like lesbians. First of all, they move real fast. Like gays in general, like anything in the liquor bigger tickets, they move real fast. Really? And so the thing is, it's just,
I did not know that.
Oh, they move. Listen, I got some stories, not my personal stories that I can share that I don't want to share on the air. Right. And I just like, how y'all get here? Because y'all just met a week ago. Like, you know how niggas get cold outside? Because so I saw a tweet where it say, ladies, guard your apartments, it's getting cold. That's how quick the gays and the lesbians be moving.
Oh wow.
So ultimately it's funny because there's a reoccurring theme where, you know, women are allowed to explore their sexuality and there's no fault to it. There's no conversation surrounding it. Women are allowed to be freer sexually than men. And so hearing that she tries to date a woman, one, is not a shock. She give a little lesbian tease. But ultimately her saying, I don't understand women, I don't even understand myself, it's also not shocking at all. And women the Ari Lennox are the women that the lesbians have to watch out for because they straight. You are exploring your sexuality. You technically identify as being a straight woman. And so straight women have these moments sometimes where they end up in these situations with women that are lesbians that think they could turn them out and all these different things. And then they leave and they go back to
dudes.
Yeah, go back to men. Yes, that's I was gonna say something a little vulgar, but
I know you
I was like, monetization. Shouldn't say that. So then ultimately they go back to men. And then like now you have this woman, this other woman, this lesbian that's hurt, and it's like you keep doing this and you know they're not gay. Like she's here for a good time, not a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if she does it like maybe 1 or 2 more times. But yeah, I'm not shocked at all. It shouldn't be comical, but it's a little comical to me. So I literally was listening to the podcast The Read, and where one of the listener letters is literally the story about this girl that's a lesbian, and she was low-key hooking up with her homegirl on the low, and then the girl ended up kind of like not fucking with her no more, and ends up going back to dating like men. And then
she was hurt by it because she was trying to be with her.
Yeah, and then ultimately she also shares that this always happens to her.
Really?
And so now it's like the conversation of, okay, you got to figure out, why are you even entertaining the idea with these women that are not going to be able to give you what you want? That's some sort of psychological disconnect or issue that you have, because you are dealing with women that are not deeply or fully enthralled in the lifestyle in your life, like and what it is that you, and I'm not gonna say a lifestyle because that's not fair to say, in your where you reside.
Yeah, where like what you
like you identify. Yeah, because this always happens.
Like you said, or is it something? Story. Is it something that she wants a straight girl though? Like it's like she wants a straight girl.
I think some people get off on that, but there's a level of emotion, there's a layer where this person is still kind of unavailable.
Because you, I didn't say you tricked them, but they're more, what would it be? What is the word? They're more pansexual maybe towards you and not lesbian.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of like, hey, kind of.
I wouldn't even say that. You just you inquisitive.
You're bi-curious.
Yep.
And you're thinking like, oh, this would be my lady, blah blah blah, and it's not like that. She just like, you know what? Terrence came back.
Yep. And that's what it be.
I'm gonna give Terrence a chance again, girl. You know he do his thing. You like, but my strap-on be doing not like Terrence.
Yep, not like Terrence.
I like real dick, girl. And that's exactly what they say. I'm assuming. I don't know. Let me step out of this. I don't even know. I'm just going. This is in my mind of my life, and it could be totally wrong. It probably
funny. He said, "I mean, that's. I don't know, but that's what I hear." Okay.
All right, Don. Where can people hit you up at?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, St. Angelus. If you want to follow my Twitter or thread, St. Angelus on the threads. Pretty Sadiddy that on Twitter. I ain't never letting go of that name. My homegirl was like, I'll be trying to tweet you and then I'll be remembering your handle. And I'm like,
me too. That happened to me a long time, but now I get it totally.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time, and I just feel like I just can't change that. And fun fact, that actually was my name everywhere first before.
I know.
So yeah, that's what it is. And then that's it for me.
All right, y'all. We will be back. Peace.